This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some big important updates to share with you. President Biden gave his State of the Union speech and has rebranded the Build Back Better plan under a different name, as well as added a few different things to it. I'll let you know what he said about that and give you a few highlights from his speech. And when it comes to mask mandates, there has been a lot of changes. The White House is no longer enforcing mask mandates, and a lot of states are dropping it, even the stricter ones. And I'll play you a video clip from Jen Psaki getting pressed by Fox News about the new mask mandate rules. And when it comes to stimulus, one state is giving a $250 boost to the stimulus checks that are already going out in that one state. And I'll give you some other news on that. Plus, fourth stimulus check update, $4,000 payment deadline passes as new $1,200 boost to be sent in just 2 weeks. And online ad promotes $3,708 home stimulus. Is it for real? And I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So Democrats turn against mask mandates as COVID landscape and voter attitudes shift. The decision is being driven by a mix of science and political science. So mask mandates may be a thing of the past now. Indoor mask use no longer necessary across most of the U.S. CDC says roughly 70% of the population lives in areas with low to medium COVID-19 risk. In California, one of the more stricter ones, will no longer require masks in most indoor settings starting Tuesday. And then New York City says it will end school mask and indoor proof of vaccination mandates. So Governor Hochul of New York said a statewide mask mandate in schools would end on Wednesday, and Mayor Eric Adams planned to lift pandemic measures in the city on March 7th. So big changes when it comes to no mask mandates, and Jen Psaki gets pressed about this. So Jen Psaki is the White House press secretary. She's pressed on the timing of White House dropping mask mandate. What changed in the science? She was asked. Here's a response in this video clip right here. You can see she gets a little squirmish. Take a look at what she says.
Jen, there are no masks in Washington, D.C. as of midnight last night.
That's right. No masks in the White House, Bill.
Yeah.
We're not wearing masks.
What changed in the science yesterday, Monday,
Well,
as opposed to a week ago Monday?
It wasn't actually yesterday, Bill. What the CDC did is they put out guidance last Friday that identified recommendations depending on what the hospitalization rates are in your part of the country. We're currently in a part of the country in Washington, D.C. where it's very low, the rates. So we are not, the recommendation is not to wear masks. So we're not wearing masks at the White House. The president's not going to wear a mask tonight. But it's different depending on the part of the country.
Okay, so maybe it's a question for the CDC, but different parts of the country, they've moved on. Last question, I'm almost out of time. CBS came out with a poll overnight. Approval rating for the president on the economy is at 38%. Approval rating for the president on inflation is at 30%. How does he convince people that he's helped improve their lives for the past year?
Well, Bill, as we looked at tonight, which I think we all recognize is a huge opportunity for any president to speak to the American people, he will definitely spend time in the speech talking about the conflict in Ukraine, his efforts to rally the world, to lead the world in responding to and standing up to autocratic leadership and the offensive and horrific actions of President Putin. But what people will also hear from him for a great deal of the speech is his plan, not only the progress we've made a lot of economic progress, but his commitment to addressing prices, addressing costs, addressing inflation. And that will be part of what he talks about this evening in the speech.
What are your thoughts on what Jen Psaki has to say? Now with all the new news and science and data out, are you for masks? So mask on, mask off? Let me know down in the comments below what you believe in. And when it comes to on planes, so tired of wearing masks on planes, Rand Paul wants to force a vote to stop it. So what do you think? Masks on planes? Also, by the way, I'm going on a plane tomorrow. Haven't been on a plane since 2019. I'll let you know where I'm going, give you some details about my trip later on in the video. Also, let's get into stimulus news. So, online ad promotes $3,708 home stimulus. Is it for real? So, you've probably seen a bunch of different random stimulus ads all over, fake Facebook posts, fake social media posts. So, basically, the headline says, coming $3,708 home stimulus. Is it real? No, it's it's not real. So basically, this is just an ad, as well as many others, to try to get people to refinance their home. So it's not a stimulus. So be on the lookout for scams. Also, looks like I still have the scammer or spam scammer, spammer, whatever, down in my comments below, trying to pose as wise flies. So be on the lookout for that. I would never try to get your information, try to have you reach out to me on a different platform. I don't do that. So be on the lookout for that. If you see it, just report it as spam. Then cash in monthly $1,000 payments worth up to $17,000 are open for applications now. Here's who could get the cash. So this is what's going on in West Hollywood, California, part of a guaranteed income program. First payments will be given out on April 15th, and it's going to be $1,000 per month for 17 months. That's how it's $17,000. Applications open this past Friday the 25th and will close on March 6th on Sunday. Then stimulus check, 70,000 checks worth $1,200 going out. So this is going on in California. They're sending out I guess for anyone who missed out on that first round of the $600 check, so 600 times 2 equals 1,200. Looks like 70,000 could get access to that. Estimated 60 to 70,000 are expected to get the checks. Then stimulus checks update. Chances of families to get $1,400 per person from the IRS. This is just to get the tax refund for anybody who had a baby, claimed dependents, any missing $1,400 third stimulus check money. That's all that is. And then Janet Mills plans to boost relief checks by $250 following new revenue projections. So this is going on in Maine. So the governor, Janet Mills, will bump her proposal for inflation relief checks by $250 after State Commission estimated Maine would see $411 million bump in revenues during the budget period. So basically, Maine originally offered $500 checks, and now they want to bump it up to $750 checks. So this could go, $750 checks could go out to 800,000 people going on in Maine to help out with inflation. Do you think other states should give, how do they put it, inflation relief checks? I guess sort of like a stimulus check, but inflation relief check. Should other states be giving that out as well to their residents? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. And then fourth stimulus check update, $4,000 payment deadline passes as new $1,200 boost to be sent in just 2 weeks. So the $4,000 that was going on in New Jersey, $4,000 for couples, $2,000 for singles. And then again, talking about the $1,200 going on in California. And then a new batch of $1,500 and $750 rolling out a couple days ago in Alabama to 10,000 residents there. And yeah, then there is this one right here, Universal Basic Income 2022 update, new $17,000 checks to be sent in guaranteed cash program. Check if you're eligible. That's that West Hollywood $17,000 over the course of 17 months, but you know, $1,000 a month there. Then we also have, Chicago giving out $500 to, I think it's 5,000 people there. Then we also have, I think it was Minnesota, $500 to Minnesota low-income families. So it's going to go out to 150 households in Minnesota. Then moving on, when it comes to the Build Back Better, which is also known as a stimulus reconciliation, Biden uses State of the Union to rebrand dead Build Back Better plans. So I'll talk about President Biden's State of the Union speech in a moment, but during his speech, he did not mention the word or the phrase Build Back Better one time. No Build Back Better at all in his speech. He used the phrase repeatedly, my plan, and he's going to say, referring to a strategy to fight inflation as building a better America. Let me know, which phrase do you like better, building a better America or Build Back Better? So I guess that's going to probably be the new name for this big package that they're trying to push. That seems like it's been forever that they've been trying to do it. And as time goes on, less and less is in the package. So, he says, I call it Building a Better America. And basically what's in it is he talks about a few different things. So Biden's plan would cap the co-payment for insulin at $35 a month for those with insurance. And a few other things, basically talking about the child care, provide universal pre-K, and long-term in-home care for older Americans with disabilities, among a few other things. So we're probably going to start to see more of a concrete push. He's actually going tomorrow, or actually, what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, he's going today to Wisconsin to push for, I guess, Building a Better America. That's the new name of the bill. So we'll see what happens with that. And then Biden condemns Putin, projects unity in State of the Union address. So the speech was about an hour long, spoke about a lot of different topics, but here is just a short clip of the highlights of what he was saying in his speech, and we'll talk about it in the other end.
My fellow Americans, last year, COVID-19 kept us apart. This year, we're finally together again. Tonight, 6 days ago, Russia's Vladimir Putin sought to shake the very foundations of the free world, thinking he could make it bend to his menacing ways. But he badly miscalculated. He thought he could roll into Ukraine and the world would roll over. Instead, he met with a wall of strength he never anticipated or imagined. He met the Ukrainian people. For more than 2 years, COVID has impacted every decision in our lives and the life of this nation. And I know you're tired, frustrated, and exhausted. That doesn't even count the close to 1 million people who sit at a dining room table or a kitchen table and look at an empty chair. Let's use this moment to reset. So stop looking at COVID as a partisan dividing line. See it for what it is. One way to fight inflation is to drive down wages and make Americans poorer. I think I have a better idea to fight inflation. Lower your costs, not your wages. And folks, let's come together and protect our communities, restore trust, and hold law enforcement accountable. We should all agree the answer is not to defund the police. It's to fund the police. Fund them. Fund them. In state after state, new laws have been passed. Not only to suppress the vote, we've been there before, but to subvert the entire election. We can't let this happen. Tonight I call on the Senate to pass the Freedom to Vote Act, pass the John Lewis Act, Voting Rights Act. So on this night, on our 245th year as a nation, I've come to report on the state of the nation, the State of the Union. And my report is this: the State of the Union is strong because you, the American people, are strong. We are stronger today. We are stronger today than we were a year ago. And we'll be stronger a year from now than we are today. This is our moment to meet and overcome the challenges of our time. And we will, as one people, one America, the United States of America. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you. Go get him.
So what did you think about the speech? So that was basically an hour speech summed up into 3 minutes of all the clapping, all the parts that he got cheered the most. Good speech, bad speech. Did you watch the whole thing? Let me know your thoughts on all that down in the comments below. So in terms of what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. So Putin's popularity soared after Russia invaded Ukraine. This is back in 2014. This time it's different. So when Russian President Vladimir Putin launched his first invasion of Ukraine in 2014, in which Crimea was annexed, his popularity rating soared in Russia. Massive sanctions imposed on Russia that have prompted the Russian ruble to slump again against the dollar, causing living costs to rise for many Russians, could mean that he doesn't see a boost this time. So looks like a lot of Russians are protesting in Russia against what's going on in Ukraine. Speaking of what's going on in Ukraine, I'm not going to give you the details because it's getting really, really bad there. But Russia-Ukraine live news. So Russia's army claims Kherson captured. So that's a city in Ukraine, and President Zelensky says Moscow aims to erase Ukraine as Russia's military claims to have captured key southern cities. So looks like they haven't captured Kiev yet, or Kharkiv, however you pronounce it. So yeah, looks like the war is still going on, and as the days go on, it looks like more bombs, more missiles, more rockets, more brutal, targeted at civilian residents, and it's just a big mess over there. But anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should really use. If you're like the pool or something and like you get hurt or something, you should just try your best, because sometimes that happens to me too, and it's not really fun. But if you got hurt like that one time, I'm sure you could deal with it, and you can be strong and powerful like how you are. So bye. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all your support. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going on a trip tomorrow. We're actually going to Colorado, and this is the first time I've been on an airplane since 2019. So it's been a while. Been saving up a while for this trip. We're gonna go see the snow, go to the mountains. We're gonna try snowboarding. So it's gonna be a good time. I'm not sure if I'll be able to put out a video tomorrow. If I could get it out early enough, I will. Otherwise, probably over the next couple of days, I'll update you on whatever's going on in the world. But yeah, we're super excited to do this family trip. Haven't had one of these in a while, so yeah, it should be a good time. If you want to check out my latest video, my other channel, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.